This presentation of Your Total Body Workout is made possible in part by a generous grant from Angel Partners. Angel Partners, committed to the programs, services, and technologies that support family values and lifelong learning.
Hey everybody! We've got a great workout coming up for you in just a minute. But first, please be sure to read this important health and safety information. Next, on Your Total Body Workout, join us for a Power Yoga workout. Stay tuned. Welcome everybody to Your Total Body Workout. We are going to have a wonderful power yoga class for you today, and we have our class with us, we have our advanced level for you, we have our beginning level, and also our moderate level. If you're feeling up to any one of those, strong or not so strong today, feel free to watch any one of our class members. They're here for you. Just a few things we want to touch on before we get started. You need a sticky mat, and if you don't have one, you can go on a wood floor or out on grass or something that's a non-slip surface. Also, you want to come to your mat barefoot so you won't slip. You'll have good traction when you're in your poses. Also, you'll want to come on an empty stomach. We really need and massage the digestive organs of the body. And as we do that, it creates just a little bit of tension in there, and you might get a little sick. So make sure you're on an empty stomach. If you're one of those that needs a little bit of food, just try a little bit of a drink or some kind of a vegetable drink, something beforehand just to give you a little nourishment. Also, never force or strain when you're doing your yoga practice. We're here to just feel what's going on under our skin. And so when you force or strain, you're putting a lot more tension in your body, and we're here to release and learn how to relax as we work. Another thing that we need to remember is you use your breath. Use that as an indicator of how you're doing. If you're pushing too hard, your breath's going to either hold and stop, or it'll just get really choppy on you. You want a smooth, fluid, continuous breath every time you go into a pose and as you flow through the vinyasas. And now, before you start any exercise program, make sure you check with a doctor. Always consult with them, and they'll help you do the right thing for you. And then, if things get really tough and hard and you just can't stay with it anymore, back off, realign, breathe, and come back and rejoin us again. So let's get started for our first class, Basic Flow. Everyone, come to the top of your mat. Now we start first with our feet, very balanced. We want to have it as a foundation, everyone. Always start with the feet. Now those feet are to be either big toes together for those who are a little more advanced, or those that are a little less stable. Bring the feet apart. Little toe lines up with the outer ridge of the heel. So be sure you're balanced. You might feel a little pigeon-toed at first. Stand right into the mat. Now lift up and contract the quadriceps. It's called a static contraction. And hold that. Keep both those things working for you. Then take the tailbone and draw it down. And it's almost like a crystal bowl of water. Just allow the water to stream out right down the sacrum. That's called the Mula Bandha. There's actually two bandhas we're going to address today, and they are internal locks that hold everything together. That Mula Bandha is the pelvic floor drawn up inside, and that tailbone drawing down is what really engages it. Now draw the navel in and up, everyone, and it's just right below the navel. Take it in and up, hold it, and keep the Mula Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, and the static contraction all together. Then we open up our chest, open them up wide. Then bring the shoulders back in and then hug them down the spine. We're gonna bring our hands to heart center, thumbs right at the sternum. Yes, feels really good, doesn't it, everyone? Now we start our drishti, which is a gaze point. You'll always pick a spot off your nose or off your fingers or even off your toes, maybe the floor, somewhere that you can spend your time keeping your eyes busy with a gaze point. That helps you to stay stable all the time and present in your body. Next, it is the sound of your breathing. The ears will keep very busy with that. So the breath is just an abdominal breath. It's right here at the diaphragm. We're going to expand and contract as we breathe, not go up and down like so many of us do nowadays. What we do is we make the sound of Darth Vader. So I don't know if you can hear this, but it sounds like this. And that's with the mouth open. But we're going to learn to close our mouth and breathe. It sounds like this with the mouth closed. Now, to really engage it, you have whisper muscles in the back of the throat. So we all know how to whisper. So just practice saying something, everyone. Hello. How are you? That's the muscle you're engaging back with there. The tongue is dropped in the mouth, the roof is raised, and the tongue is actually behind the teeth. Now, with the lips closed, try breathing. That's a little different, a little harder. And I want you to really pay attention to the exhale. That's the important breath for all of us here, especially beginners. So with every pose, with every motion we make, we breathe. That's the priority in all of yoga, okay? So now we are ready to start you in some warm-ups and get you going. Remember, you only learn 10% anyway, so keep reviewing as you watch us. Review, go back, do it again, okay? So make sure you see first. Okay, we're coming to the top of our mat. With our feet spread, our toes spread, all those bones just spread open. We're gonna rest right into the mat and use the mound of the big toe and the little toe to really press. That's right here, the forefoot of the foot. Okay, everybody, are you balanced? Body weight a little bit more forward. Here we go. We're going to look down at our middle finger, and I want you to just think for a moment what you want to see happen in this class or in this practice that you're doing today. It might just be, I want to learn how to breathe. Or it might be, I need to feel length in my body, or let go of self-criticism. So choose your intention for the day, and let's start our warm-ups. Everybody look forward. Okay. Drishti, breath, alignment. Draw the shoulders back and down. Now let's start with our warm-ups. Drop the arms. Inhaling up, reach up and look up to those thumbs. Exhale right back to heart center. Good. Let's do that again. Inhaling up, breathe fully and freely. And exhale right back to heart center. Good job. Inhale again. We'll do about 5 of these to get those shoulders really warming. It's a nice, tough joint. Inhale again. It needs lots of motion before we get started. Exhale again. Good breathing, everyone. Again, inhale. And exhale right back to the heart center. The next part that we're going to take you into is a half salutation. Watch it if you need to first. So let's inhale up. We're going to exhale right through the heart center and bow into ourselves with our knees bent. Fingers to the floor or the blocks as the beginners are showing you. Inhale, lift. Halfway. Back of the neck is really long. Exhale, bow back in. Quadriceps are really contracting. And hands on the hips, elbows back. Draw those shoulders down, come up. Finish that inhale at the tops of those fingers and back to heart center. Okay, beginners, make sure that you use your blocks as you go through these sun salutations and whenever you need them, especially in pose. Okay, inhale, lift, and exhale, bow in. Now, you'll notice that we have a pregnant woman with us. She's a good example of what our women can do as they work out in yoga as expectant mothers. Come all the way up and exhale. So Desiree is really using her thighs a lot to support herself versus the blocks. Okay, but you can choose the blocks. Les, she'll be more of one that uses the blocks as she begins, places her fingers right on the blocks as she goes down. Let's do one more half salutation. Inhaling up and exhale, descend right through the heart. That saves on that lumbar region of the spine. And inhale, lift, and exhale. Bow back in. Hands on the hips, get those shoulders back, hinging up, and reach up, spreading the fingers, and exhale back to heart center. Notice we keep our hands very active and our feet do the same. Okay, everyone, let's do sun salutation A. Remember to modify for all those beginners at home. Here we go. Inhale up, and exhale. Descend right to the heart. Bow in. Quadriceps are contracting. Inhale, lifting. That really helps you with the hamstrings. Hands flat. Using the blocks, beginners, that is such a big help. And lower. Drop your knees, beginners. Inhale. And come down. Up. Cobra for the beginners. Up dog for more advanced. Exhale, downward facing dog. This is the basic pose of all of yoga. This one you'll spend a lot of time in. At first, it's kind of hard. But as you go on, this one will be your active rest pose. You'll want to be in down dog or child's. Anytime you need to go down, please drop to your knees. Everybody, let's go down to child's pose. Drop the knees, knees kind of out to the side of the mat. Sink back in your haunches, arms reach up overhead. And forehead down, eyes stay open. Keep the breathing going, don't let it drop. Bandhas are engaged, those internal locks. And you stay here for as long as you need and come and rejoin us when you're ready. So everyone come back up, all fours. Curl the toes under, let's go right back into downward dog. Listen to your body, it is so important to pay close attention. Now, on the next inhale, we're gonna look forward to our hands and step our feet right between the hands. Those that are beginning them may take a little ground travel by walking up to the hands. And then lift and lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, a bow back in. Hands on the hips, elbows back. Really keep those shoulders back. And reach up and finish the inhale and back to heart center. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling up. And exhale right through the heart. Keep those knees bent. That really helps to support you as you go down. Inhale, lift. Let the breath flow. Exhale, walk back. High push-up. Beginners, drop those knees. Lower. Inhaling up. Cobra. Exhale. Downward dog. Taking your time getting up there. If you struggle with that, always know that wherever you are is perfect. Take time to breathe. Pay attention to the breath. It is your guide to how you're feeling. And if you become a little tense and reactive, you'll notice your breath will get choppy and hold on you. Just back off and breathe. Then return to the pose. Now everybody look forward, eyes, and inhale, left, lift, and walk forward. Exhale. Inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, bow back in. Good job. And hands on the hips, come all the way up. And reach up and back to heart center. How did y'all do? How'd you feel? Good job. The next part of the warm-up is sun salutation B, and that's a little bit more. So let's give that a whirl for you, and we'll show you how to do it. We're gonna sit in a chair first. Tuck the tail, lift the ribs, bring the arms up. And remember, if you're real tight in the shoulders, the arms can be right down here. And then we descend right through the heart center, bow into yourself. Keep those ribs right on the top of the thigh bone as you bow into yourself. Walk back, high push-up. And lower. Inhaling up. Open the chest. and exhale down. Now this time we're going to take the right foot forward, right between those hands. So walk it up there, or help it up there with one hand. We're going to drop the back knee and uncurl the toes. Push yourself up using the quadricep. Take the arms up and reach up. Too much? Keep the hands right on the quadricep. Exhale down and uncurl the toes or curl the toes, walk back and lower. Another push-up. Inhale up. Good job. How are you feeling? You guys, I hear you breathing. Great job. And downward dog. Taking that left foot forward. Drop the knee and curl the toes. Push yourself up using the support of the quad. Exhale down. Here we go. We're going to go a little faster now. And lower. Exhaling. Is the breath flowing for you? Inhale up. And exhale. Downward dog. How are you guys feeling back there? Good. Now, okay, so now take a look at their downward facing dogs. This one, since you do so much of, let's take a look at their alignment. Leslie right here has had just a little tiny sway. We're going to have her draw the rib in right here, just a little. Now, Les has had a couple of back surgeries. She has been doing yoga for quite a while and it has really helped her, but always check with your doctor before you start anything like this. She's really a great example of how it's helped her. Good. Notice Jim's heels. His heels are still up. He's a little bit tight in the hamstrings. So he's right where he's comfortable, but yet he's driving them down. Draw that navel in and up. There's Uddiyana Bandha. Here's a nice flat spine. Spreading those fingers really strong. Strong arms, triceps in, shoulders away from the ears. Good job, Jim. Okay, everybody, eyes look forward. They can only hold downward dog so long. Walk, exhale. Lengthen on the inhale, and exhale, bow in. Good. Now sit into chair. We're going to do one more. Sun Salutation B. Sitting in a chair, tucking the tailbone, lifting the ribs, bring the palms together. Exhale, descend right through the heart center. Bring those fingers right to the floor. Remember, you have to be touching the floor or blocks. Now lift. Walk back, high push-up, descend in one breath if you can do it. Now, if you can't do that, we snatch breaths. Inhale up. Good. Exhale. Desiree's doing great for this baby, and this baby loves yoga. Let me tell you, all that breathing. Right foot forward. This time you're going to stay up on those toes. They're going to do a balancing warrior one all the way up, and they can use their quads again. So use your quads whenever, especially beginners. Lower those hands to the mat. Inhale, walk back. Exhale, descend. Inhaling up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward, stay up on those toes. Good job. Now come all the way up, reach up. Now there's a thing in Sanskrit called Shri. It means illuminate or find pleasure in your pose. So it shows through your pose when you have a really good feeling about what you're doing. So let's come on down. Shines from the heart. Walk back. It totally changes your pose. Inhale up and exhale, downward facing dog. Good job. Now hang out here, you guys, for about 3 breaths. Don't worry, it won't be 3 minutes. We hope it won't. Now Russ is just a little bit more advanced. So you're going to be seeing Russ actually jump forward. So those of you who are strong enough at home, do it too. But be careful of the shoulders always. Make sure you're strong enough. Okay, everybody, eyes look forward. Inhale. Exhale, walk to the front of your mat. Lengthen on the inhale and bow in, exhale. Sitting into chair. It's called Uttanasana. We're going to bring the hands together, or apart this one, and we're going to sit for about 5 to 8 breaths. Okay. And there. Yes. This is a hard pose to hold. So make sure your breath is fluid and also smooth. And if it gets choppy on you, you got to back off just a little bit. Good. Tucking the tailbone, lifting the ribs. Couple more breaths, you guys. It's all you'll have to do. A lot of times they work up to about 10 to 20 breaths. And come up, inhale, and bring the hands back to heart center. Walk your feet apart, just about 4 or 5 inches is all. Remember to realign the feet. Place the fingers right on the hips, thumbs back. Elbows come back, now the alignment. Draw the tailbone down, lift the ribs. We're gonna do a tiny little back bend. Here we go, you guys. So lift up, right out of the ribs, come back to your own degree, not shutting off any of this cervical vertebra down back here. Want to keep it lifted and lengthened. Good. We're using these traps to hold open these pectorals right here. Good. Good job. John, great. So, Jim needs to lift his neck up just a little bit to be, good job. Very nice. And now come all the way forward, you guys, with the head and neck last. Good job. Okay, now we're going to go into a big toe posture. It's called Padangusthasana. Let's take the hands down, reach up, inhale, and we're going to go right through the heart center. Exhale. We're going to grab onto the big toe with the middle and forefinger. Now, notice that the ribs, the lowest ribs, are on the top of the thigh bone, so leave it there, even if you have to bend down really far. Lift and lengthen, arms are straight. Then we bow into ourselves with the elbows splaying out. This way, those shoulder blades are on the back of the spine better. Keep them away from the ears. Now the eyes, keep them open on this one. Sometimes people leave their bodies on this one. They go shopping. So stay right in the pose with your eyes open, breathing and staying in your drishti. Now, everybody, we're going to release the big toe, place the hand right under the foot, and notice our beginners. They don't go as deep. They're way down. Their knees are way bent, right down. Yes, good job. Now, straighten out the arms first as you lift. Integrate. Now, there's a new concept for you that we have to go through in just a second. Elbows splay out. Good job. And breathe. Now, integration, you guys, is where you take the head of the arm bone and you hug it right into the socket of the armpit. So we'll just call it integration for you. That really keeps those shoulder blades right on the spine. Now, everybody release the hand from under the foot. Those of you who have straps, grab your straps or a belt. If you don't have a strap at home, feel free to get a belt. We're going to take that right behind you, just like this. And have your hands apart about 12 inches or so. Then you're going to take the arms up and over, because your legs are already set at this point. Now we're going to set the shoulders. We're going to draw the shoulder blades together, hug them down, and then lift the arms up and over. Now this one really gets the front of those shoulders, and I think we have a lot of tight shoulders here, yeah? How do you guys feel? Feeling it. Tight shoulders. We do a lot of forward sitting over computers. This is great. Or mountain biking, even sports that we do so much forward motion. Okay, everybody, let's bring it down slowly. Nice and easy. Always being mindful of those shoulders. Always come out of your poses slow. Take your hands right onto your feet or onto the mat itself, and then I want you to slowly come up. Some of you may need support right here of the quadricep as you come up. More advanced can actually keep their hands on their hips. Keep your eyes looking down. Do not look forward until the blood has readjusted itself. Your circulation you've been upside down for a long time. Okay, once you're ready, look forward, everybody. You guys get to say when. And now we're going to do a vinyasa right here, which is a sun salutation A. So here we go. Let's keep the flow. Inhale up and exhale, descend. Inhale, lift halfway, back of the neck long. Exhale, walk back, high push-up, dropping those knees and curling the toes, and then inhale up, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for about 3 breaths. Breathing fully and freely, and the chin is slightly lifted so the ears are right between those, triceps or deltoids. The arms. A couple more breaths, remembering to keep the bandhas engaged, the navel in and up, hug the shoulders down. And now everybody, eyes look forward, inhale. Exhale, let's walk. Take our time getting there if you need it. And inhale, lift. And exhale, bow in. Hands on the hips, hinging all the way up and reaching up. That's called a vinyasa, and it's a connecting pose right between individual poses. Okay, let's move on. Let's go right to triangle. So everybody, inhale forward. Exhale, open up, right to the side. Good. And now, front foot straight, back foot turns in just a little bit. Arms open up, integrate the head of the arm bone back in the sockets. Good job. Tuck the tailbone down and in. Now lengthen, descend. Beginner's blocks or shin. Advanced can go a little deeper, but let's go through why. On the advanced first, Amy might be just a little bit too low for her right now. She might not be warm enough. She'll have to bring her hand up just a little bit because we need one line from here all the way through. Tuck the tailbone strongly. There it is. Very nice, Amy. Spreading those fingers, look at how active. Very good. Good job, John. Now, the way to use a block in this is by placing it on its side. Hands right there, right by, yeah, right there. Good job. And then if you feel any strain in the knee, you can bend this knee just a tiny bit, but you've got to make sure that these quads and the shin muscles are all engaged. Engage all those muscles to support the knee. Okay, everybody, on your next inhale, come up. Exhale, revolve the feet. Now we're going to go to the rear. So we take the forward foot is now to the back, and the back foot turns, the heel turns away, toes in. Arms open, look over your middle finger for your drishti, integrate, and let's go. Inhale and descend, exhale. Tuck the tailbone, lift the ribs, and look up. Good. Now if your head and neck are not wanting to cooperate today, just look down. So beginners, would you look down today? Good job. Sometimes our poses get really stressful for you and the neck's holding up your whole body. Let it go. Just let the head and neck release. Good job. Looks beautiful, everybody. Now notice what Desiree did. She is, the condition she is in, she decided to bring her hand down. That really was helpful to her right then. So feel free to make any adjustments that lower the intensity. Bringing the arm down. Okay, everybody, inhale, come up, ground the feet, revolve the feet. And now we're going into reverse triangle. This is the counter pose to triangle. So we're going to draw our hips forward, square them off. Good. Forward foot straight, back toes turn in just a little bit more. So for Amy, she'll have to turn them in just a little bit more to stay off that inside knee. Hands on the sacrum. Now let's take our right arm up, and we're going to extend and lengthen right through the spine, back of the neck long. Now here's where the levels again show up. Hands for beginners here or on the block right here. Okay? A little bit more advanced. Fingers down, and eventually someday we'll have our hand flat. Draw that forward hip back and back hip forward. And then spiral around, look up, and if you can support the balance pose, reach the arm up, and also if the shoulders say yes. Good job. Now you can see these guys are really working. They're dripping. We look like we're hardly doing anything, but we're really working hard. Good. Good job. Pull this hip back just a tiny bit. Okay, now take the upper hand down to the floor, and we're going to windmill up. So come all the way up, and now reverse the feet. Back wall. The back foot toes turn in. Make sure you get those positions really nicely so that you don't affect the knee. Take that left arm up. Now exhale and descend on the outside of the little toe, or use your block. Hands on the sacrum, spiral around, look up. And then if you're ready, if the shoulder says yes today, reach up and breathe. Keep that breath flowing, fluid, all the time. Good job. Now, stay here for a couple more breaths. Really feel what's going on under your skin. It's all about what you're feeling. Now, Let's take the hand down to the mat and then windmill up, all the way up. And now you're in the center. Stay right here. Okay, expanded leg. This one we take our hands right onto our hips, elbows back. Tuck the tailbone, keep it down and in. Lift the chest, side body long. Now we're going to go up, inhale, and exhale, we're going to hinge right at the hip pit. Now as you will notice, there's a few beginners that will actually take their hands right here and support right on the quadricep. So what we need to do, well, like Desiree, she'll use those all the time. But say Les was having a knee strain, she would bend her knees and keep the hands there. Good job. How nice. And she keeps it right out, even. But if her neck gets tired, what do, you guys? We just drop it, let it go, let it release. Okay, that's the first of expanded leg. There's 4 parts to expanded leg. We'll probably just touch on a couple of them today. So now everybody, drop your hands to the floor or to a block. Does that help you, Desiree? Is it okay? Okay, inhale halfway. Exhale, bow back in. Now we're going to come up with our hands right on the hips. So place those hands right on the hips, elbows back, and slowly hinge up, really rooting the feet. If you feel a little bit lightheaded, take your time, relax, and now release the hands, bring them up to the side, and this time we're going to take them down behind us, interlace the fingers. Oh, the shoulders again. Oh, the shoulders. Okay, everybody. Eyes look up, inhale, remember the bandhas, and exhale, descend right through. Now this may be it for Desiree, and she may have to drop her hands to her quads again because she has a lot of forward weight from the baby. Good. Okay, everybody, now bring the shoulder blades together, hug them down, and then see about lifting just a little more. See, he could go just a little bit more by bringing those blades in and down. Good. Breathe. Really breathe. Wonderful. Good job. Now we're going to come out of this by releasing the fingers gently and allow the arms to just float to the mat. Good. Okay, everybody, hands in the middle of the mat or on your block. Let's lift and lengthen. Get the blades back and away and bow back in. Hands on the hips. Place them just right on the hips and then come up again. Breathing. Notice that the inhales were always opening up and the exhales were always coming back to us. So it's a good balance between the two. We always have balance, right? Okay, you guys, take the back foot and walk it in gently and then walk forward to your mat into Tadasana, which is mountain pose. Okay, let's do a vinyasa right here. We were working quite a bit. Now we need a flow. So drop the arms, inhale up, and exhale, descend. Bow in, inhaling, lifting halfway, integrate the head of the arm bone. Exhale, walk back, high push-up, drop the knees and curl the toes and lower. Inhale up, cobra, keeping those shoulder blades back. Exhale, downward dog. Now for the next pose, we're going to an extended side angle, so let's take the right foot forward, flatten out the left. You want that heel to line up with the back arch. Keep the hands on the floor to stabilize. Now, when you're ready, take the arms out, back like a jet airplane. Really use all the muscles to come up to Warrior One. Reach up, spread the fingers. Keep the arms apart, hug the blades down. Now on the next inhale, we'll stay here. Exhale, we'll open up to Warrior Two. Good job. Use the middle finger again as your guide or as your drishti, just right off your hands. Great. Now, stay here for a moment and let's review a couple things. Knee tends to go over the little toe. We need to go that direction and not let it fall in like that. Really recruit all the muscles of the legs to work. We sometimes just do the quad, huh, you guys? Back leg really strong and active from here all the way down. Now we're gonna go into a reverse Virabhadrasana 1. So everybody inhale, come up. Have the hand just slide down the leg. And exhale, we're going right into extended. So our elbow will be right there on the quad to start. And the hand on the hip. Good job, everybody. That's a great place to start. See how you're feeling today. So you can just keep that hand right here on the hip and then open up the shoulder, because we're about opening, not about depth in yoga. Now let's take those that can in the class today that are feeling strong enough, take the arm up. Beginners, you stay down. Take the arm up and over the ear. Extend and lengthen. Good job. Now there's two actions again, just like we said before, that we draw this head of the arm bone back in the socket. At the same time, we're extending. You can really hold your body a lot longer when you're doing both of those actions. You're really quite strong. Now everybody hug your muscles into the bones. Even more strength came out of them. Okay, now we're going to take that hand back, up, straight up, bring it back to the hip, and now lower the hands to the mat. Take that forward foot and bring it back and lift it up, because you were in quite a bit of a groin opener, and that was a lot of hard work. Let's all go into Chandra, or excuse me, let's go into high push-up. There we go. Now drop your knees and curl your toes and lower. Inhaling up. So we're adding a vinyasa right in between to keep the flow. Exhale, downward dog. Stay here for a moment. Helps you get your bearings again, what you're feeling like today. Good. Desiree's really paying attention to her body today. That's what we all need to do. Let's take the left foot forward. Flatten out the right. Now remember, place your hands on your quads for beginners first, and push yourself up. Open up the arms as airplane wings for those of you who are a little bit more advanced, and come up to Virabhadrasana 1. Bring the arms up, reach up. Now, another thing we have to pay attention to is the hip pit, keeping that open. Knees over the little toes as best you can. Now, everybody, let's go into Warrior 2. So exhale. Good. Looking over those fingers, hugging the blades down, drawing the tailbone down. Strong. This is why it's called Warrior. It's really a strong posture. Okay, let's go into reverse. So inhale up. And exhale, descend right down to the elbow, onto the quad, and hand on the hip. Good job. Remember the Shri while we're doing this, you guys. Just allow all these poses to just shine out from your heart, and it'll be a lot better. You'll be not so rigid, not so tight, but you'll be softer to yourself at the same time you're working strong. Okay, those that can, take the arms up, reach up over the ears, extend, and also hug down. Good job. Very nice. Now see if you can go down a little deeper, just a little bit in the quadricep, Amy. Yeah. So she has joint on joint. Eventually we go that direction. Breathe, everybody. Good. Now, let's bring that arm back up. And take a moment there, breath. Then let's go down to the floor. Both hands on the floor, revolve the back foot. Kick that forward foot back and up. Really open up those groins. You felt them, huh? Did you guys feel them? Oh, you had to have. Okay, lower the leg. Let's go to a high push-up. And lower. They're working really hard. And inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, one more in the lunge series for today. Let's take the right foot forward and stay up on the left. Okay, hands down. Now beginners, drop your knees and uncurl your toes, and then push yourself up. Advanced and intermediate. If you feel strong enough today, take the leg up off the floor. Push yourself up to a perfect lunge, just like this. Now the hip all the way down through the heel, strong and active. And then up front, joint on joint, and really recruit all the muscles of those legs. Everybody, let's take the arms up. Beginners, keep those hands down on the thighs. Exhale, we're gonna bring the hands right through heart center, tricep on the outside of that knee. Bring the palms together, thumbs right to the heart or the sternum. And then if you can, if you feel steady, turn your head and neck and look up. Keep breathing, everybody. I gotta hear you breathing. This tends to take away our breath because it has everything in it. It has balance, equanimity, strength, focus, all in prayer twist. Okay, show a second level, Amy, by dropping the arm down, lifting one up. Good. Breathe. Russ, can you bind? First, he'll take it to a second level and then third. Good. Breathe. Now, let's bring the hands down to the floor. Front foot back, kick it up. Release. Oh, I think we feel that one. Okay, lower, high push-up, and descend. Okay, you guys, inhale up, and exhale, downward dog. We just have one more side to go. You know you always have to do the right side and the left side. You can't just leave one undone. So let's take that left foot forward. Okay, now foot, drop the knee, you guys, and foot up on the toes, ball of the foot, push yourself up into a perfect lunge. Tucking tailbone, lifting ribs. Bring the arms up, all the way up, and exhale right through heart center, elbow on the outside of the knee. Good. Good job, Desiree. Keep breathing. And notice that sometimes we're gonna fall out of poses. You will too. Just go right back into it. Just kind of fall out of it non-reactive, because then you won't get hurt. Breathe, everybody. Here's some good breathing today. Okay, second level for the arms, if you can. Inhale, exhale, always being mindful of the flow, connecting the inhale to the exhale. Can you bind, Russ, on this side? Also, sometimes our right side and left side, one's a lot tighter, so we have a little bit harder time getting there. But just keep approaching it every time. Okay, let's bring the arms down. Now take that front leg back and up. And lower, let's go into Chaturanga Dandasana, which is a descent from high push-up. Inhaling up to Cobra, and exhale, downward dog. Good job. How are we doing, you guys? Good job, everybody. Okay. Eyes look forward on your next inhale. Exhale, walk. We're going to come out of the downward dog and go into some balance poses really quickly. Now bow in, hands on the hips, and hinge all the way up carefully, making sure your blood pressure is adapted. Reach up and exhale back to heart center. Good. Okay, let's just hand the big toe really quickly. Let's balance on the right foot. Now we're going to show you a lot of different levels with this one, because we're all at different levels, everybody. Okay, so balance on your right, take your left right here for the first level. Keep your drishti very active. Keep squeezing the inner thigh muscles. That'll help you stay balanced. Now, those that can go up a little bit higher, lift it up, hold it right there. Okay, next level, everybody. Grab onto the knee, tailbone tucks. Next level, grab onto the toe. Anybody can go a little further except for our beginners. Extend, stay lifted, keep that drishti going. Press the mound of the big toe and the mound of the little toe right into the mat. That'll help as well. Stay there and breathe. Real important for the drishti. Be in place so you don't fall. Okay, good job. You guys are awesome. You're doing it. Okay, let's come back to the center. Now right here, we release the knee, but we hold the leg up there to build quad strength. So there it is. Hang out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I always say 25, so they think they're going far. Okay, release and shake it out. Okay, other side. Let's get one more in, because we've got to finish up our seated and our closing sequence for you. Okay, ready, guys? Let's go right up. And they'll go at their own pace now, the second side. Bring the knee up, 1 level, 2. Breathe and extend. Press the mound of the big toe right there into the mat. Good job. Stay there for 3 breaths, everybody. Beautiful. Wow. Don't they look good? This is not easy to balance. I think we lose that skill pretty quickly when we're not practicing balance. Bring the leg back in. Hold it right there. Now, release the toe and extend out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, shake it out. Okay, you guys, come to the top of your mat. Let's go down. Inhaling up. Exhale, descend right through the heart center. Bow into yourself, and then lift and walk back, high push-up. Lowering in one exhale if you can. Inhale up, draw the shoulders back and down, and exhale, downward facing dog. You notice you use a lot of tricep strength. Now we're all gonna drop to our knees and cross at our ankles, and we're gonna roll through. Now, of course, advanced can jump through a little bit. Take the legs right out in front. 2 blocks right here, beginners. Right here. We're gonna place our hands right beside us. We need this one to restore balance to us after doing all those standing poses. So here we go. Okay, head of the thigh bone now goes back in the socket, and we're gonna lift off and hold it right here. Breathe, spread the toes, keep flexion in those feet. Breathe, everybody, strong breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower. And of course, you can hold it longer if you have time. Okay, next pose, we're gonna need our straps. This one is another hamstring. And we're gonna, for beginners, we're gonna take the strap right around the balls of the feet and the toes. And we're gonna use that as we hinge forward. Those that can go a little deeper, you can use the shins or the toes or the feet. Okay, so remember, be mindful of where you're at and honor it. Be sensitive to your body. Okay, so everybody, we're gonna lift up, inhale, exhale, we're gonna hinge right at the hip pit again, keeping the chest lifted, shoulders back in and down, and descend to our own degree. Do not force or strain in this pose. Quadriceps are really strongly contracted. Then the hams can release. Okay, good job, everybody. Breathe fully and freely. One more breath. Now release the hands. We're gonna walk them back. Take them back behind you about a foot. Right here, fingers forward. If you have some issues with the shoulders and you need the hands back, go right ahead, okay? All right, let's do a tabletop. So lift and lengthen, chin up. You're gonna feel this right in the front shoulder. We're only gonna stay here for a minute. This is for beginners. This is as far as you should go. Now, intermediate, let's take it right here to tabletop. So feet planted into the mat, lift off, draw the femur bones, the thigh bones straight. Don't let the knees splay out. Belly in and up. You can drop your head and neck back if you feel free to do it. If you don't, keep the neck forward if you're in doubt. Now let's tuck the tailbone, sit down, and extend. One more pose before we go into closing sequence, and it's wide angle pose. Sitting with our legs in a straddle, take your hands right behind you and lift up. Keep that pelvis in a neutral position. Okay, guys, you can use the straps, both of them. Okay, they're gonna wrap right there around the balls of the feet. And then we're gonna have the knees straight up, quadriceps contracted, and we're gonna hinge at the hip pit again, feet flex. So really flex those feet. You always have one in every class that's nice and loose in the adductors, and I think Amy's one. So we're gonna hinge right at the hip and go forward and breathe. Exhale. Good, good job. These are probably one of the tightest muscles in all of our body, is the adductors. Now, everybody, we're gonna come up and out of it gently. We just got down there, we gotta come up. That way we can stay in for a long time and see a lot of great results, a lot of opening. Let's take that left foot in, right foot in, bring the balls over the bottoms of the feet together, walk them out a little bit, take the hands right underneath. We're going into star pose. This releases the tension in the back. So this is the first time in all of your practice today you get to release that spine. So bow your head in and just feel what's going on back there from the waistline all the way up to the neck. Stay there for 2 more breaths. Again, breathing slowly, inhaling and exhaling. And now let's come up slow, nice and easy. Bring those knees back into each other. And I'm gonna have you turn to the front, and we're gonna slowly roll down. Place those hands right underneath the hamstrings, slowly rolling down. Bring the knees into the chest and hug them around, okay? Good. And now, this closing sequence will release any residual tension just before Shavasana. So we're gonna take the left leg right out. Yes, right out on the floor into spinal twist. Take the right toes right onto that left leg. Hook this hand right on the outside. Open up that other hand. And we might hit each other a little bit, but do it. Okay, good. Now you're gonna look over the opposite shoulder as you bring this knee closer to the floor. You're gonna release any tension in this area of the body right here. Any residual tension, especially after a workout like that, huh? Jim got a good one today. Okay, everybody come back to the center and extend the leg out. Let's do the other side. And if you need extra comfort for your spine like Les is doing, feel free to put blankets underneath you. That is wonderful. Let's go to the other side. Spinal twist is fantastic. And then if you have somebody come around and put a little pressure on you, it really feels good as we do this. Just a little bit. Hi. Neat. Okay, let's come back out of it. And now bring the knees both back into the chest one last time. Rock and roll just a little bit. Good, happy baby, really quickly. Let's bring those feet up towards the ceiling. Grab onto the inside of those arches and draw the knees alongside the ribs. Good job. This one also is a wonderful lower back release. We can't carry a lot of tension in our spine. This is great for that. Now bring the feet together, heels to the glutes, and we're gonna slide out into Shavasana, dead body or corpse pose, and you'll see why. So align yourself. We're gonna stay here for just a few moments. Make sure you stay at least 5 minutes so your body returns back to that basal metabolic rate. Okay. Now everybody, we'll start with our Shavasana. Release, good. Feet relaxes open and travels up the knees right into those hips and release the muscles. You've been holding on to them all practice. Let them go. The eyes are closed down in this. Some of us like to keep our eyes open because our minds are still thinking. This is where you let go and be still, right through Shavasana. I will. Okay. Now come and check out Desiree right here. With her being expectant, she needs a little extra support. On her side, she has to be on her side all the time because of that vena cava back there, that blood vessel. Too much pressure on her. That blood vessel that she'll actually stop the blood flow to her baby and to her. So she's nice and comfortable on her side. This is a great restorative pose for her too. She could probably do that all day and feel good. Okay. All right, everybody. Now hopefully you've learned how to go right into Shavasana and stay there for just a little bit longer. We're going to bring you out. Everybody wiggle your toes. Everybody wiggle your fingers. Reach your arms up overhead. Stretch and take a nice deep breath in. Fill the lungs. Exhale. Now roll over to your right side. That's your healing side. Lay in fetal position and take your time coming out of it. Good. Okay. Then with your eyes closed, place your hand on the mat, come up to seated. Keeping your eyes closed down, take a moment with your right thumb, cover your right nostril. Inhale in, exhale firmly out. Then take your ring finger, do the same, release the thumb. Both sides of the brain are receiving oxygen, nice balance again. And then release, bring your hands to heart center. And you did a great job today. We hope you had a good time with us. Namaste, everyone. Good job.
This presentation of Your Total Body Workout is made possible in part by a generous grant from Angel Partners. Angel Partners, committed to the programs, services, and technologies that support family values and lifelong learning.